Is this thing working? There we go. Hi, you beautiful people. I'm Cheyenne, and it has officially been a year since I gave my life to Christ. That feels like a lot. It feels like it's been both forever and only a day. While I was thinking about this, I was trying to come up with ways to celebrate, and God gave me a really out there suggestion. He told me to start a podcast. Now, I just want to preface, I have no clue what I'm doing. The only experience I have with social media is Instagram and Pinterest. Pinterest being my favorite because it's all of the media without the social. So this is gonna be a little bit of a struggle for me, and I just ask that you guys be patient. But I thought what better way to start than by introducing myself with a little bit of my testimony. So let's go. So about 3 years ago, when I started my sophomore year of high school, my whole world came crashing down around me. Drama worthy of a TV show was tearing my family apart. I tried to convince myself that I was handling it pretty well, but the truth was I was just distracting myself. I threw all of my time into extracurriculars, activities, and even tried Wiccanism, but nothing was working and it just kept getting worse. Eventually, I was diagnosed with something called conversion disorder, which essentially means all I've got going on up here and everywhere else, my wires are completely crossed. So when my body experiences high levels of cortisol, which is the anxiety chemical, rather than handling it like a normal person, my body goes into override and will shut down to try and manage it. So I would literally go paralyzed in class and spent multiple times in an ambulance being wheelchaired out of the school, which, as you can imagine, was really embarrassing. A couple more months, and I was also diagnosed with epilepsy, which means I have seizures. All of those combined, I was in jeopardy of not graduating with all of the honors and awards that I worked so hard for. I was stuck in a very, very dark place, and I didn't really see any way out. And that's when he found me. So for about a week straight, I kept waking up at 3 a.m., which if you know, you know. And I've always been a spiritual person, even when I wasn't a Christian. I've always felt that there was something out there. So it was one of those nights that I decided to give in and talk to whatever was trying to get my attention. And no sooner did I turn up my palms, tears started running down my face. It was in that moment that I felt the presence of the Lord for the first time in forever. I spent all that morning talking to him like I was catching up with an old friend. Through tears and laughter, I laid everything down. Every anxiety that I had, every regret, I just gave it all to him. And as the sun came up that morning, I gave my life to Jesus Christ. So here we are a year later, and my life has completely changed. I did in fact graduate, and I actually got accepted into one of the most renowned universities in the country, which I am so unbelievably grateful for. My health also isn't the best, but these days God pulls me through it. But what I am most excited for is I have finally found my calling, and that is to teach. Now, it kind of came out of nowhere because I was going to go into theater, but God made me realize that I was given a talent to communicate with people and get them to understand things on a real and genuine level. So it's that talent that I'm going to try my best to put to good use using a YouTube podcast. I named this channel The Bible Brew because when I first started, I felt the most connected to Jesus whenever I was talking to him like a friend over a cup of coffee. And I want that connection for all of us, so I thought, why not incorporate it? In each episode, we'll be covering a small bit of the Bible, sharing key takeaways, and growing in faith and wisdom together. I want this channel to be a place of community and friendship, so I'd love to hear about your personal testimony and how God has moved in your life, and any questions that you might have before we start this journey together. I'd love, love, love you forever if you hit subscribe and follow along with me. I pray that the Lord keep your heart full and your cup even fuller. See you guys next time.